All right, welcome to the well. Monday, gosh, the first Monday of November, 2025. So
Mm.
let's just take a moment to pause and get present. I'm Maria Milano from Integral Bloom with Angela Marie from Grounded Dreamers. Let's pause, get present to the energy of the month. Ooh, get present to something in your life that you're grateful for. Take a moment to check in. What are you up to in your life? And just imagine growing roots down into the earth. Get grounded, get present, and open up to the reading that's coming through.
All right,
Yeah.
here we go. So for November, our opening energy here is called Spirit of the North. And
Mm.
that is earth energy, stability, preparation, resourcefulness, practicality. This is not, going off on whims. This is really dialing into um, our realism, what's needed in order for us to move forward. It doesn't mean not having a dream, but it means executing it and planning for it and really
Hmm.
putting the nuts and bolts together on that.
Hmm.
Our dreams aren't built overnight. I keep trying to see if it's going to focus because I got a new
Yeah.
camera.
No, it's
um,
perfect.
yeah,
You can see it.
our dreams don't build overnight, and we do need to, do some things in the 3D, right, to put them into motion. And
Hmm.
that's what the focus is this month. It's a nice
Hmm.
time because it is fall, autumn. There's a big earth, vibe to it all, and really
Hmm.
start to zero in on
Hmm.
what our path ahead is going to be. And then I pulled this card, self-interest.
Hmm.
And this is kind of, sometimes this card might mean watch the balance of, selfishness to whatever. But this is really saying take care of yourself first
Hmm.
in all ways, right? In
Well,
social ways,
mm,
in within your family, within your own plans, in the workforce,
yeah,
your own spiritual care, your mental health, all of it. Take care of yourself,
yeah,
build that foundation so that when your dreams start to show up and your goals start to um, um, come to fruition, that you're solid, right? So
yeah. And I was going to add that in this sense, we're not talking about like in a selfish way, right? We're talking about so many people that listen to these recordings are highly sensitive, highly empathic people that are kind of conditioned to take care of other people over themselves. So this is what we're saying is let go of that way of being and put your own self first.
just put your and if or strike a balance between the two.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't want to cut people off, but we also don't want to give too much away. If we
exactly.
want to move forward with our goals,
Mm,
we need the energy within our own sphere, within our own
mm,
little cocoon to make them happen. And this is just, yeah, not selfishness, self-interest. And there's nothing wrong with, primarily feeling your own well first,
it's
right?
essential.
Essential. So it's a reminder of that.
Hmm.
And then the next card we got is change, which we
Hmm.
know is a constant. It's always there, it's always happening. This is just a reminder that as it's spinning, as that wheel is to make sure we get centered, rested in the center so we don't get thrown off. And
Hmm.
these two cards that preceded it really, really align with that. It's like,
Hmm.
hunker down, batten down the hatches, whatever those terms are,
Hmm.
and really feel the fullness of yourself as the change is going on because we're
Hmm.
in a time of big change this entire year. Like in
Hmm.
numerology, it's a 9 year. This is endings. Things are falling away. Things are being, taken away in some ways. But we need to micro focus on our own self and our own
Hmm.
life in order
Hmm.
to sort of survive that. Because then next year, 2026, is a 1 year. That's the fool. That's the starting of a new path. That's a new cycle. So
Hmm.
we're just, cleaning house here and making sure everything's in order in preparation for that. And then after the change card, which can sometimes get us a little um, um, thrown off and maybe even clinging to what was because, oh my gosh, how could that be changing? The guidance there is I got the cat. And this is curiosity and awareness. And this is being willing to, it's fuzzy, huh? I don't know how to do with
We
this
can see it.
camera. Can being willing to, yeah, some things are falling away. We're getting, this is not going to be there anymore, but what does that mean? What's next? What may replace that? What other path could I take? So staying curious, staying aware of all your options going forward is, part of this whole realignment phase we're in. Um, and then the next card I got is the air spirit, and that's knowledge. So this is not only staying curious, but doing the research, learning, finding out what,
Hmm.
if I choose to go in that direction, that's interesting. What does that entail? And then,
Hmm.
really getting to the nuts and bolts of it. So a lot of this is a plotting and preparing month, which I love because we do talk a lot about expand and dreams and use your heart, which are all still in place, but we're adding an extra layer of practical sort of execution here. Uh,
Hmm.
and then I got courage, which really, really is, it's another vibe of like that earthliness, but
Hmm.
it's also being willing to welcome in new things, new ideas, like the little seed did, welcomed in the sun and was like, oh, what does that mean? And then there's growth, right? Just being willing to not always do everything the way you always have.
Hmm.
And that's that courage shift into
Hmm.
the possible outcomes.
Yeah.
And then you may reach some energies of the this is fire, this is rise, and this
Hmm.
is, you know, in the spirit of realignment and self-development and preparing for whatever is coming next.
Hmm.
You come to a point where okay, I have a good foundation now. Now I'm going to reach for it.
Hmm.
Now I'm going to let my heart and my passions guide me toward
Hmm.
it. So there's something for everyone in this, but really that first earth energy, comes before that, the flaming of our dreams and plans. And then the last card in this first spread is the rebirth card.
Hmm.
And that is literally coming on the heels of the fire and the rising. And this means here we go. There's a
Hmm.
there's a fresh sense of starting again.
Yeah.
Um, and I talked about it in the group, and I'll say it really quickly, but these are sort of like three phases that the human goes through. And the camel here represents sort of complacency, status quo. I'm just gonna be 3D, eat, sleep, and that's it. Which is fine because we all go through periods where it's like, I don't want to put any effort out right now. And then the lion phase comes where we rise from that and we go, okay, you know what? I'm going to show myself. I'm going to speak up for myself. I'm going to create something new. I'm going to
Hmm.
put my voice out there. And
Hmm.
then the third phase is that rebirth and the purity of really embarking on a new level of your own awareness. And we
Hmm.
cycle through that throughout our lives. So if you find yourself in any of these phases, like the camel, and oh, I don't feel like doing anything, go with that because it's part of the cycle. And you need that sort of do nothing energy sometimes to gather yourself. And that's where that first card came from. Let's just get our parts together here and figure out how we're going to proceed. And I love it. I love how,
Hmm.
we go from, practical, stable to going ahead and rising to the occasion.
Hmm.
And I love that.
Yeah, very powerful. So let's all pause and just be with that image of gathering our parts in. Just want to invite everybody to take a moment and breathe and presence to your system and invite your parts to come into your sort of metaphoric circle within yourself and just allow that rising of your integral energy like that passion rising. Just allow that to rise. And just let your system settle with that feeling, that being. And from that place, yeah, where is your path leading you? What are you seeing for yourself in this reading so far? And what intentions can you start envisioning for what you want to bring to your life inspired by this reading? And just take a moment to generate some of those ideas, insights. as we open up into the second part of the reading.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we got ourselves stabilized and we've made our plans and we've stepped
Hmm.
into that new phase.
Hmm.
And then
Mm.
comes a shakeup, right? Like this is,
Volatility.
I mean, if it isn't like a total, this whole thing is, we could take this set of cards and place it in any part of our lives because it's part of the cycle.
Hmm.
Stuff is going to arise, and
Hmm.
sudden shifts may happen, and we might find ourselves, in an explosive period. Uh, but with what we're starting to cultivate within ourselves and the way we're learning more and more to connect to the divine and just bring in this sense of trust
Hmm.
that this is another part of the cycle, we don't have to get all into this. We don't have to engage with the volatility. We don't have
Hmm.
to, um, you know, trudge through it or resist against it and force our way through, which the next card tells us. We pulled perspective. We can
Hmm.
back off. We can pull away. If this feels like a tug of war, let go of the
Witness.
rope. Just
Hmm.
let it go. We don't
Mm.
have to engage in every single little dust up that goes on. We can,
Hmm.
learn from it. We
Hmm.
can observe it from a distance and use it as part of, oh, okay, this is an indication that I need to pause for a minute.
Hmm.
Speaking of pause, I may need to just reassess here, but let me back up,
Mm.
see the bigger picture with my goal still in sight,
Hmm.
and see if I need to rearrange my journey here a little bit.
Yeah. Bring in that witnessing energy.
Because this is going to come. And
Yes.
you know how people say you create your life. Well, this is exactly that. This
Oh, it's another
life,
rising.
it comes. Yeah, the stuff comes at us.
Yeah.
And we get to create our life in the way in which we respond to it. So
Hmm.
we could either sidestep it or, like this card says, back up a little, see a bigger picture. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's happening. Maybe it's a warning sign that I was going in the
Hmm.
wrong direction. Now
Hmm.
let me just wait it out and see what shows up as an alternative.
Hmm.
And then I pulled amethyst, and this is saying calm and wise. And that's right off of that perspective energy. It's like, let's just get centered. You may want to get some amethyst and hold it this month when you're feeling a little
It's a nice
multi.
idea.
Yeah, maybe just get it to ground you.
Hmm.
That's a very, grounding energy. And you
Hmm.
can, cycle in and out of it too. We don't all just stay calm and woo the whole time.
Hmm.
But just as a gentle reminder, I will
Hmm.
bring in the energy of calm in this turmoil.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. And then I got protection. I love this because it's reminding us we're
Hmm.
always protected. I mean, energetically, we're always protected. And if we are using our own inner being to guide us when this volatility comes, we get to either from experience, from knowing in the past, you know what, I've gone through like really big volcano moments before, and still here I am now.
Hmm.
There's a cumulative effect on having gone through stuff where at one point you can kind of say, oh yeah, like I don't need to step into that energy right now, and I know I'm still held as I plot my next step, but I don't have to go there. I don't have
Hmm.
to be involved in that kind of drama and energy.
Hmm.
So, and this is also knowing you're protected by a higher energy,
Hmm.
by the realm, just that, and then also on this earth, you have your community that protects you. You have your pets, your routines sometimes are very protective because we can know what to expect. That
Hmm.
ordinary sort of chop wood, carry water, that there's a protective quality to that
Hmm.
as we're trying to plot out what are we doing next. So I love that. And then I pulled the unicorn, which is the purification. And I say for this in this reading, it's mind, body, spirit. It's purifying all of it. More
Hmm.
meditation, more time spent doing things you love, more
Hmm.
time with loved ones. Bring
Hmm.
about more heart and love energy
Hmm.
than the worry and the mental cloudiness that can come with anything we're trying to create. But keep that purify, and then also your body, more water, more healthful foods, move more, keep this body, which we're privileged to have here on this earth, in its best form of itself as you can.
Hmm.
That will support the other two. That will support a more pure mind. That will support your heart. So that's a really important, and I love it because it comes at a time when things are slowing down, right? The
Hmm.
November and the last couple months of the year, there's a slowness to it where we
Hmm.
can really start to gather with others, or start thinking about our plans for next year. And I love all this because this is just taking
Hmm.
care of all aspects of our being.
Hmm.
And then I got patience, which is just a clear indication of what I just said, right?
Hmm.
Slowing down, allowing things to happen. It came right over that courage card, which to me, they kind of go hand in hand. This
Hmm.
is kind of saying, be willing to wait for what's available.
Hmm.
And when it comes, you'll recognize it. And that's
Hmm.
the same energy right there.
Hmm.
Um, and then on top of the last fire card, I got another fire. So
Yep.
this is another point in our cycle where, ooh, it's rising again, right?
Yeah.
I had to tuck in. There was a volcano and I
Hmm.
had to pull back and I had to kind of wait it out. But okay, I'm feeling realigned again and I can go
Hmm.
forward again toward what I
Yeah.
want. So
This
really,
passion rising, this
it
theme.
rises. And
Hmm.
if you go with it, then you're not. First of all, we're never going to always be in that passion. We're not always going to be climbing, climbing, climbing to the next thing. We have to pause and take time
Hmm.
to realign and reassess all the aspects of mind, body, spirit, all of it.
Hmm.
But when it does come up, go with it, right?
Hmm.
Follow it.
Hmm.
Because from an aligned place, when that passion comes up, it's like a green light to go ahead and move in
Hmm.
that direction.
Hmm.
And then our final card is gratitude. Be
Hmm.
thankful, be around people that bring about feelings of gratitude,
Hmm.
express that to them, express it to your higher being, express it to your inner child, anything that has you feeling in that energy of gratitude, especially this month. We have,
Hmm.
it's a very holiday time, is the time of gratitude and being around loved ones. And the more we can generate that energy of
Mm.
appreciation, the more we can create and
Yeah.
together, really
Yeah,
together.
and I want to bring in that it is for not for everybody, is it a time to be around loved ones, or is it a time, right, of that? So even more important to generate gratitude for your life, and maybe it's your friends and family of choice, and maybe it's gratitude for nature, right? And to really, as we're moving into the holiday season, really take special time for your heart and soul, for the beautiful aspects and also for the more painful aspects, right? And even more time to bring in that gratitude, I think, for
Yeah.
yourself and your
Yourself, like I
journey.
said, for your inner child, for your past
Yes.
selves, all of that brought you to this place. And it's very
Yeah.
true. It doesn't have to be anything external. The gratitude is there.
Hmm.
Yeah. You
Well,
just
and
have
then
to
when we
let it
generate
in.
it as there, then we can bring that into whatever our experience is.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a perfect reading to bring us into creating for the holidays and the end of the year too, and that practical focus as well of beginning to think about like, okay, it's November. What's incomplete for your year? What do you want to bring completion to by the end of the year? What do you want to create as you think about that and think about then for the coming year? So we're kind of in that season now. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, well, thank you so much. Yeah, lots of fire, lots of passion came through this month and also curiosity. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much.